Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
All right, please, can you kindly just mute yourself? Let's use the chat box. Thank you very much. Right. We're right on time. It's exactly 11:01. We have only 40 minutes for this very, very impactful webinar. Okay, so today we'll be talking about Lean and Six Sigma adaptation to your business. Okay, right. I'm still admitting people into the Zoom. Yes, we'll be talking about Lean and Six Sigma adaptation to your business. Let's just go straight into it. This is brought to you by Blythe Nigeria Limited. This is going to be free. If you wait to the end of the presentation, right? If you wait to the end and you can answer a question, fastest fingers first, you are going to get a free voucher for a Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification courtesy of Blythe Nigeria Limited. So pay attention and most of all, take all the lessons you can from here into your business and into your daily career. And I'm sure you'll be transformed, you'll be moved on to the next level. Thank you very much for joining me today. Please, can you kindly mute yourself, please? Thank you. Thank you for coming. I see all of you. So first of all, in the chat box, quickly just type where you are, type your name, your first name, and where you are joining the webinar from. Very quickly, please. Thank you. Your first name, where you're joining the webinar from. Okay. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say yes. All right. If you can hear me, say yes. Just type yes in the chat box, please. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So let's go straight to the cream of the top. If you can hear me, say yes. Okie dokie. All right. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. So today's discuss, we'll be talking about Six Sigma, Lean and Six Sigma application to your business. And this is probably going to be the most important 40 minutes of your entire life. So let's just pay attention. So today we'll be talking about the Nigerian environment post-COVID-19. We'll be talking about what Lean and Six Sigma is. We'll be talking about the Lean and Six Sigma tools and techniques. And then we'll be Lean and Six Sigma tools and techniques to your Nigerian business in the Nigerian business context, right? And then we'll be talking about how to gather data. Very, very important. Okay. All right. Please, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Hello? Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's go on. So first things first. So the Nigerian business environment post-COVID-19 is described like every other environment post-COVID-19 as the VUCA world, described as the VUCA world, all right? So what is VUCA? VUCA is just an acronym for volatility, V for volatility, U for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity, right? So it is volatile, as you can see. One day the business was thriving, the next day some new governments come into existence, and you know they change some governmental policies, and everything goes brouhaha, and then your business is going down the drain. There's a lot of uncertainty as well. There's a lot of complexity and a lot of ambiguity. So that's VUCA in nutshell, and that as informed a dire need, right, to cost innovate. Like I tell people all the time, when you look in terms of innovation, there are two ways in which you can possibly innovate. The first way is to value innovate. So not all innovations are value innovations. Take note, not all innovations are value innovation. So the other side of innovation is cost innovation. And remember in secondary school, some of us did a little bit of economics when we were um, in uni, 100 level, 200 level, and all that. We talked about the price elasticity of demand, and you know what it is for a typical Nigerian, where a typical Nigerian will prefer to trek one extra mile just so that they can get something for 50, 100, 200 naira cheaper, right? So that has informed the need for you to be as innovative with your products and services as possible, right? So this also, the competitive advantage dynamics have changed. And then the changes are that, businesses have to start running lean. You have to be a little bit more customer centric in your business. You have to always think of functional, you have to think beyond functional effectiveness. You have to think operational efficiency. Now, a lot of people use those two words, efficiency and effectiveness, interchangeably, right? So a lot of us use those two words, effectiveness and efficiency, interchangeably. Okay, someone says the background noise is a little bit much. Sorry, just give me a minute. I need to. Wow. So whoever is using Xperia, please mute yourself. Or okay, I'm coming. Okay, I think it's better now. Is it better now? Yeah. Okay, it's better now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olamide. Thank you. All right. So, we're talking about the Nigerian new post-COVID business environment. We've said it's a VUCA world. It's volatile, it's uncertain, it's complex, and it's ambiguous. We've talked about how that there's a dire need for us to cost innovate much more than everything. Please then put on the inverter. Okay. Yes. Then we talked about the changing dynamics in competitive advantage. So the need to run your business lean. So you have to run your business lean. You need to be a little bit more customer centric, and you need to focus a little bit more on operational efficiency as above functional effectiveness. And we all know the difference between efficiency and effectiveness, right? So let me just quickly say it in a nutshell. The difference between efficiency and effectiveness is effectiveness is getting the job done, right? Efficiency is getting the job done with less resources. So both of you got the job done, but one got the job done with less resources. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, just type yes. Okay, let's go on. Let's just go on straight away. Okay, so let's look at what is Lean and Six Sigma. So let's go straight to it now. Coined by MIT researchers in the 1990s, Lean is aimed at eliminating waste in every area of your business, all right? The goal of Lean is to incorporate less time, less time in terms of wait time. So how long does it take for your customers to wait until they get the products or the services delivered to them? One. Two, how long does it take for you to actually execute the project, or if you're a tailor, to make the clothes? How long does it take? If you're say a software developer, how long does it take for you to develop that application for your client? So those are wait time and cycle time, right? And all of this, you must make sure that you do your best to shrink it, right? So running lean also has to do with less human efforts in your business process end to end, all right? And all of this definition is coming from IBQMI, Certified Lean Project Manager Body of Knowledge 2017. And going to Six Sigma now. Six Sigma is your standard deviation. So I'm bringing statistics into this. I'm not the one bringing it. Six Sigma is, right? So statistics is coming into it. Some of us hated statistics back in the days in school, but these days, everything that you do must be data driven. Okay? Everything that you do must be data driven. Otherwise, you're just like someone else who has an opinion. Okay? Okay, so Six Sigma is standard deviation to the sixth degree, all right? What that translates to ultimately is you have only 3.4 defects in 1 million opportunities. Can you just imagine that? So what that means is, for every, if you're a barber, for instance, for every haircut that you give, for every 1 million haircuts, only 3 people are dissatisfied, right? If you're a tailor, for every 1 million clothes that you sell or that you sew for your clients, only 3 people are dissatisfied, right? Now, that is a lot. That is a lot. That percentage accuracy is translated to 99.9996%. Wow, that's almost 100, isn't it? So you're having only 3, but nobody attains Six Sigma, sorry, Six Sigma in one day. Okay. So you need to know where you are. How do you know where you are? You need to gather data about where you are right now, and then take baby steps implementing the tools and techniques that we're going to be introducing to you in a bit, right? Implementing these tools and techniques, take baby steps towards attaining Six Sigma level. You're having only 3.4 defects in a million opportunities. Okay, so that definition is coming from Six Sigma Body of Knowledge 2015. All right, so here are some of the benefits of implementing Lean and Six Sigma to your business. So number one is you have enhanced quality. Number two is reduction of costs. Number three is identifying and elimination of waste. And waste here, I'm not talking about the waste you throw away or the garbage. No, we're talking in terms of in your business. And as Six Sigma and Lean try to explain waste, they see waste from the perspective of those activities in your business end to end that are non-value adding. All right. So every non-value adding activity is a waste. Every time a customer comes back dissatisfied, maybe they fill your survey form and they have said, we're rating you 1 star. All right, that is a waste. Every time you have to rework, how many times you go to your tailor's shop, right? And you're about to collect your clothes off them, and you're like, I don't like the way you guys did this neck now. How can you do the neck like this? Or at least you measured me. Why is my trouser this short? This actually happened to me a couple of days ago, and it was a rework. I had to return it. They had to rework it all over again. Time that they would have used to do something else completely. All right. So for those of you doing logistics, delayed delivery is a waste. All right. So also, one of the benefits of Six Sigma and Lean to your business is you have decreased inventory. What that means is you're operating a Kanban system in which you don't overstock. You understand? Some people have overstocked to the extent that most of their stock got expired and it ended up being a waste. So too much inventory is not good for your business. All right, inclusion of stakeholders in your value chain and optimization of your process end to end, optimization and or standardization. So let's go on now. So I'm introducing you to a couple of tools and techniques in Lean and Six Sigma, all right? But we're going to be measuring on just three because of our time constraints, okay? We're going to be measuring on just three. The number one, I'm just going to mention them all. So we have 5S, we have value stream mapping, we have poker yoke. Others include Kanban, Kaizen, a Junker, milk runs, total productive maintenance, failure mode and effect analysis. That's the one we call FMEA. That one basically, I'll just talk a little bit about that one. When I talk about the others, I'll just talk about them in brief before we delve into the ones we're going to be talking about in a bit. So FMEA is failure mode and effect analysis, right? So what that does is it helps you to look at your business process end to end, your products and your services, and it helps you to look at them and say, you know what could go wrong, right? So you're being risk minded, you're being proactive, right? So and with risk management, you're doing three things basically. You're identifying, your risk, you're treating the risk, right? You're analyzing the risk and then you're treating the risk. Okay. So when you identify the risk, so what could go wrong? A lot of things could go wrong, right? I want to develop a software, for instance. All right. And what could go wrong? Maybe I develop a software that doesn't meet my customer requirements. Now, how do I mitigate against that? And that's what failure mode and effect analysis is all about. So what are the failure modes? What could be the effect or the impact on my business? And then those are ways of doing risk analysis. Remember also with risk analysis, you are doing a probability and an impact matrix, how probability impacts. So what is the probability of a risk occurrence versus the impact should it occur? Okay, right. So sorry about that. I had to mute the person who just came in. Thank you very much, guys. So let's go ahead. So let's talk about 5S right now. 5S, 5S. Can you see this diagram here on the left-hand side of the screen? Now, that was the before, and the other part is the after, right? I'm sure you've seen a lot of this before in several places. You enter a shopping mall or you enter someone's shop, and you see everything everywhere, But if you go to a place like ShopRite, for instance, and you go to, say, one of those designer shops in ShopRite, you see how that they have neatly arranged their stuff, right? So let's go straight to 5S. So 5S is a systematic tool that is used to improve your workplace environment. So the first thing you do with 5S is you sort, right? You sort. So you sort, meaning if you have a boutique, for instance, right? You try to categorize. You try to categorize all of your um, extra small clothes, men's extra small on one place, right? Men's small on one section, men's medium, and so on and so on. So that once someone walks in and you ask them, what size do you wear? And they say, I wear between small and extra small. You know exactly where to usher them to directly. So that's sorting. You sort and then you systematically arrange or you set in place. So setting in place is you go the extra mile to say, um, you know what, I'm going to put an XS for extra small, right? An S for a small, right? And so on and so on. So that's how you do your systematic arrangements, and then you shine. Shine mean you make it clean, you make everywhere clean, nice, neat, and tidy. Everywhere, everybody loves tidy, neat places. Okay, so the next one is you standardize. And here's my favorite quote from one of my favorite philosophers and quality leaders. He says, "If you can't describe what you are doing as a process, you don't know what you're doing well enough." That is a puncher. That is a very big punchline. So if you can't describe what you're doing in the process meaning activity A leading to activity B, leading to activity C, and so on from beginning to end, right? If you can't describe what you're doing as a process, if you can't document it, right, then you don't know it well enough. And then after you're standardized, then you sustain the business. Okay, let's move on now. So the next thing we're going to be talking about, the next tool, sorry, we're going to be talking about is value stream mapping. Value stream mapping, VSM, okay? It's a visual tool that displays critical steps and the volume of resource flow in a process, all right? So what that means, these are the steps to doing a value stream. And then I'll give you a little gist about value stream. So number one step in doing your value stream mapping is you identify value from the customer's perspective. Okay, so remember the customer is king. They are always king. So what is value to them? So you won't say that because you love to eat beans, therefore you open a canteen and you start selling beans. My brother, at the end of the day, you'll be the one eating your own beans by yourself. All right. So you need to do a little bit of feasibility study. What do people want? The first law of marketing, remember, is give to the people what they want. All right. When you give to people what they want, you will always be in business. So that's geared towards understanding what value is from the customer's perspective. So the next thing is you identify the value stream for your product or service. So what is the value stream? How is value going to flow from creation to delivery? All right. Identify that value stream end to end. Then, having identified the value stream end to end, you try to identify the waste and you try to remove the waste. Having removed the waste, try to redesign the value stream to improve your flow. All right. So that's the third one. And then the fourth one is you produce based on customer pool, right? So this is a very tricky one, production based on customer pool. You need to understand your environment. You need to understand your business. You need to understand your competitors. You need to understand the industry in which you play. And then you begin to make sure that you do not overstock. Make sure that you stock in such a way that it's based on customer pool, right? So I'm not saying, notes, please note, I'm not saying that a customer walks in, you should let a customer walk into your shop, right? And then wait for them to ask for, please, do you have Hollandia green tea? Right? They've walked into your shop, they're asking for Hollandia green tea. And then you say, oh, you know what? Take a seat. Let me quickly go and get it for you. No, that's not the pool I'm talking about, okay? That's not the pool I'm talking about. If you do your pool, if you're a retail outlet and you do your pool in that way, most of us customers were very short fused. We don't have too much patience. I walk into a shop, I see what I want, I buy it, and I leave. Okay. So, but once someone comes into your shop, they buy it and they leave, that is -1 from your stock, right? Then you need to understand how much that has depleted in 1 week, in 1 month. Take an average. Then from that average, you can then restock. Does that make sense? So that is your customer pool. And then finally, you make conscious efforts to continuously improve your value stream. So I'll give you the gist for value stream. So a couple of months ago, one of our clients at Life Nigeria Limited asked us to do a business process improvement project for them, right? The client is a bank. So what we did is we sent our field agents out and they went in, they disguised as customers. They went in, got all the data. You know, having got all the data, we tried to see their business process flow end to end. And then we saw that, why does a normal regular customer have to walk into your branch and fill a triplicate teller slip, right? It's a triplicate slip, a triplicate teller slip, right? Then having filled it, the person joins the queue. And then having joined the queue, the person waits on the queue until it is turn. And then when it is turn, it gives the triplicate teller slip to the teller, right? And then the telling officer, treats the transaction and gives you your copy and a pin copy to drop in a box, right? That was the process there and then for that particular branch of the bank, right? And we thought about it and we said, look, you don't need a triplicate copy. It's a waste of money. Okay, you don't need any triplicate copy. It's a waste of money. In fact, there are some banks in Nigeria that you don't even need to fill any form. You don't need to fill any form. Can you see where waste is and how that you can begin to identify the waste in your business process end to end, and then begin to look at how you can eliminate this business process, right? So, but sometimes you need a third eye. You need someone completely neutral. You need to bring sometimes someone in, pay them. Please come and help me take a third eye look at my business process end to end. Help me to identify the waste in my business process end to end, and help me to, just get me up back up real quick. All right. So, having said that, we told them you don't need a triplicate copy. In fact, there's a bank in Nigeria that all you need to do, walk into the banking hall, join the queue if there's one, walk up to the teller, let them know what the account number is. Tell them the account number is 0022774001. All right. And then they type it and then they pull the person's name and they confirm the person's name with you verbally. And then you acknowledge, right? And then you give them the money, they count, and then they generate a slip, right? A very tiny, lightweight slip for you, all in the name of being cost innovative. Okay. So if a bank that banks our money and have all the money to do their business or to help people do business and make a lot of money, they make so much money. If they can be that smart, why not you and I with our business? Okay, so that is value stream mapping in a nutshell. So it's all about identifying your value stream end to end, and then identifying the waste in your value stream. And then remember, we talk about waste as non-value adding activities, right? And then just taking those non-value adding activities out of your value stream in the long run. Okay. Okie doke. So let's move on from value stream mapping to the next one. The next one that I'm going to quickly talk about is poka yoke. Poka yoke. So poka yoke is a Japanese term that means mistake proofing. It means what? Mistake proofing or inadvertent error prevention. Okay. So I'll give you a few samples as we go on. So it is the use of an automatic device or a method that either makes it impossible for an error to occur, or it makes the error immediately obvious when or if it occurs. All right, does that make sense? So if you look at the diagrams to your left, you'd see that instead of having a switch or a plug that goes in that way, you should have it that the one that with the right tick that goes in only in one way. Okay. So Here are a few examples of poker yoke implementation. So you have that in your car, right? So when the car beeps, when your seat belt is not yet fastened, then that is a poker yoke implementation. I'm sure you're already thinking about your business and you're thinking, okay, fine, how can I implement poker yoke to my business? It is very, very important so that you be able to, mistake proof or quickly identify your errors ASAP. These may take a little bit of automation. Note, it may take a little bit of automation, and then but you need to think around how to be as innovative as possible. All right. So another implementation of Popayoke is in our household appliances. Some household appliances such as a microwave oven, washing machines, etc., etc. You see that they beep when the door is not closed. All right. So a couple of days ago, I was going to load. Oh, my our sister was going to load the washing machine, and she went there. She loaded it, and then she came to meet me, and she goes, the washing machine is not loading. She goes, Dotson, the washing machine is not working. I said, washing machine that you used yesterday? No, 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 no. It has to be working. The first thing that came to my mind was, are you sure you shut the door properly? And she goes, oh, let me go and check. And then when we got there, we saw that she didn't shut the door properly. See, that is a practical implementation of poker yoke. Okay, so we have barely a couple of minutes left. So let me just quickly give you one gist so just to corroborate the Poker Yoke implementation, right? So we implemented an automatic deep fryer for an hotel, right? So in that hotel, a couple of friends and family, we went into that hotel that day. One of us was celebrating, and then we went there. On getting there, right? We all placed our orders, and then they brought, our orders, everybody ate, and we left for our hotel rooms. After a couple of minutes, one of us started holding his tummy and was rolling on the ground. I was rolling on the floor. And then, we went to meet him and was like, what's going on? He had got a stomach infection, right? He had got food poisoning or a stomach infection. We took him to the hospital. The doctor asked a lot of questions. What did he eat? Where? When? Blah blah. And then we did something called a root cause analysis. And having done a root cause analysis, we found out that it was the person who fried the chips and the chicken that he ate that wasn't patient enough. So the person didn't fry it well enough. Have you ever had chicken in some eatery and then you broke the bone and then you see blood? That was exactly what happened. The person didn't fry it well enough. And, we investigated up to, the very person that was in charge of that shift, the person who fried the chicken and chips. And then, it was really bad for the person. It was almost sacked. And then we advised the hotel that, look, why don't we implement an automatic deep fryer? That automatic deep fryer, it will not let you lift the fries and the chicken out of the deep fryer until it is X number of minutes that you would have programmed, right? That makes sense. And the problem with many Nigerians is that we suffer from something called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. The guy knew, right, that if someone eats something that is not well done, the person will get food poisoning. But he did it anyways because he had to get off his shift. He was in a hurry. So that's cognitive dissonance. And that's something you never, ever, ever want to happen with your business. All right. Okay, so lastly, we're going to talk about how that you need to learn how to gather data for your business. Okay, so remember that the concept of Six Sigma is ultimately to reduce your errors to 3.4 in every 1 million opportunities. All right, so we've tried to explain what that means. What that means is, if you're a tailor, you have only 3.4 reworks in 1 million opportunity. What that translates to in percentage is 99.996% of accuracy. Okay, but nobody was born that way. You have to start from where you are. Starting from where you are, you have to define, determine, measure yourself, know where you are, right? Then take baby steps towards where you want to be. That is by attaining Six Sigma level for your business. So it is therefore imperative for businesses to gather data about their day-to-day operations. So data from your transactions, data about your stocking, about your warehousing, about your inventory, etc., etc., etc. And then you need to automatically manage your business financials with a software. So software such as Microsoft Excel, which is next to free, and then a few other ERP applications that you can use to monitor your business process end to end. All right. And then you need to automatically gather customer transactions to understand their behaviors and draw patterns. All right. You need to be a little bit statistical when you're doing this. Okay. And this is because you want to, be able to prescribe or predict or draw a trend from data that you have gathered. All right. Okay. So here is good news before I say thank you, and then you can ask your questions. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you have questions. So here's the good news. The good news is that Life Nigeria Limited is giving out free Six Sigma Yellow Belt vouchers to, number one, all participants here today who enroll for Six Sigma Green Belts. All right, if you enroll for Six Sigma Green Belts at $250, you have the yellow belt for free. So the entry level for Six Sigma is yellow belts, just like your martial arts. Yellow belts, and you move to green belts, and you move to black belts, then you move to your master black belts if you so wish. All right. So for those of you who are career people, or for those of you who just love knowledge, or those of you who are consultants like I am, this is good for you. All right. Also, we are giving out to the first person to answer, all right, the webinar question of the day, okay? And then we are giving to 5 people at 5,000 Naira. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Muchas gracias. So if you have any questions, please unmute yourself very quickly. Ask your questions and then mute yourself again. Thank you. Any questions, please? Anybody?
Yeah, what I have is not really a question.
Right.
But to ask from you if the slide for this presentation will be sent to us.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. You're going to get the lecture slides, the presentation slides. Yes, and you're going to get the recording as well.
Oh, great.
Did you share? Did I hear someone shout whoop whoop? Okay.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Any further questions? Right. We are getting to the 40 minutes mark in a bit. So if we do not have any further questions, I'd like to say thank you, everybody. Let's have the question of the day. So the question of the day. So this is the question of the day. The question of the day is, what is value stream mapping? Value stream mapping. Just describe it in one sentence, in your own words. What is value stream mapping? So drop it in the chat. Fastest fingers first. Okay, anybody? Anybody? I said, what is value stream mapping? Value, I'm going to type it. Value stream mapping. Just in your own words, very quickly. Fastest fingers first. Whoever answers this question first is going to get our free voucher. Okay, that's one question. The second question is, to attain Six Sigma level, you need how many defects in 1 million opportunities? How many defects? All right. Fantastic. We have a winner already. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, right. Wow. Okay, so it's a tie. Sister Nkechi, she answered value stream mapping correctly. Our Shum, knowing what customers want at every point in time. Okay. 3.4 defects. Value stream mapping shows the process of information as they progress through. Fantastic. Busayo, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do is, it's a tie. So Sister Nkechi, Mr. Regbe Shola, Ismail, you already have Six Sigma yellow belt. I'm not giving it to you. Musayo, well done, well done. Okay, so 3 people are going to get our Six Sigma yellow belts free vouchers. So thank you all very much for joining us today. It was nice having you. You can share your testimonials with us. Tag Blight Nigeria Limited on your social media handles. We'll be very excited about that. Thank you very much. If you have any further questions, you can email. Let me just put the email there. You can email me at dotson@blythe.com.ng. Yeah, that's my email address. If you have any further question, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much, Auntie Nkechi. Thank you. She goes, the presentation was awesome. Thank you all for joining me today. It was nice having you all. If you have any questions, here and now, we have only 2 minutes left. Thank you. Thank you too, Ismail. Thank you very much. Thank you. So if you have any further questions, in 2 minutes, drop it in the chat box. I'll read, quickly answer. If I can't answer here and now, you can email to me and I'll reply with an answer. Okay, we'll collate all the questions, answer them, and then we just email to everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. All right, 1 more minute. If you have any questions, oh, thank you too. Thank you, Mr. Regweshola. Thank you, our Shomer. Is that right? Right. Thank you. Thank you, Ismail. Thank you, Sakechi. Thank you, Busayo. Thank you, everybody. Okie dokie doke. 1 minute. 1 minute left. Awesome. Awesome. Okie doke. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And then it's bye-bye from me. Thank you. Oh, before I forget, our next webinar is going to be on how to elicit customer requirements. Okay, so let me just quickly say this. Customer requirements are bifurcated into 2, right? Stated and unstated needs. So some customers just expect you to already be able to imply what they mean, all right? Or to be able to imply their needs. So our next webinar is going to be teaching you how to elicit customer needs, both stated and unstated. There are tools and techniques to eliciting stated and unstated needs of your customers. So thank you very much. See you next month on the next free webinar. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.